The charismatic rebel without a cause, Dave Chappelle. Born Venus, Uranus, and Pluto in the first house. We got ourselves a stellium. With Venus in the first house, Dave has the ability to draw people in with his magnetic personality. He can also be very manipulative, coercive, persuasive, arrogant, and have a big ego, and very popular. With Uranus in the first house, Dave is a troublemaker. He can be very electric, unusual, and thought-provoking. Dave also likes to break all the rules, including smoking cigarettes on stage during an SNL monologue. With Pluto in the first house, Dave is what we know as a change agent. He has the ability to come in your life and wreak havoc. Dave can also be very intimidating, psychic. Dave is also prone to constant rebirth cycles. He has an obsessive personality and attracts obsessive personalities. Dave can also be very magnetic and spiritual. With Cancer, his Cancer moon in the 10th house, Dave can be very ambitious, but he must be emotionally tied to his work, and his work must have an emotional connection to the masses. With Saturn in the 10th house, Dave is even more ambitious, likes to be the leader. He likes to invent new boundaries, with Uranus and Saturn being very prominent. With Gemini Midhaven, Dave enjoys touring and doing stand-up in different places. This keeps him engaged. With Leo in his 11th house cusp, this is popularity and notoriety. Mercury sextile Uranus, this is genius communication, which leads to him being more popular in notoriety. So let's talk about the Chappelle Show. When this aired, Dave was going through a Uranus trine Mercury transit at 0.01 degrees in the 4th house. Ooh, the house of the home. This was sudden breakthrough in communication. The Chappelle Show was exciting. It raised the consciousness of the masses. It was provocative. It was shocking to the culture. It was electric. Dave was also going through some harmonious Pluto transits. Mercury, Uranus, and Chiron. This was transformative to him. It was going to be very life-altering and obsessive for Dave. The Chappelle Show also was going through some Saturn transits. Harmonious karma. This was going to be a sacrifice for Dave. Creation was going to lead to sacrifice. When the Chappelle Show ended, Dave was going through a Uranus trine moon transit, which was causing him to be very erratic in his emotions and his thinking. This would cause the Chappelle Show to end and cause Dave to travel to Africa. Makes sense. Sun, Mercury, and Venus were in his 9th house of Sagittarius. Dave was also going through a Saturn in the 10th house, causing him to rethink who he was professionally. Thanks for tuning in.